I would just like to welcome everybody. I'd like to share with you tonight Nutrition Today, optimizing your cardiac health through scientifically based nutrition. Deaths in USA. Number one, cardiovascular disease, 650,000 plus a year. Cancer, number two, 600,000 a year. Look at these figures here: heart disease, cancer, COVID-19. This was in 2020 to 2021. You can see the comparisons: unintentional injury, stroke, chronic. When you look at heart disease and stroke, those are two of the top five. Okay, very, very similar. It's the blood vessels, right? Chronic lower respiratory diseases, Alzheimer's disease. It's exponentially exploding, unfortunately, and diabetes, liver disease, and kidney disease. So much degeneration happening. People are not feeding their cells with the proper nutrition, and there's degeneration rather than regeneration. Medical history factors for cardiovascular disease risk factors. Obesity, number one. Around the world, obesity has just escalated exponentially. It's because of the processed food. It's because of the wheat consumption. It's because of the sugar consumption. It's because of the wrong type of carbohydrates. That's why AlphaMeta is so wonderful, because it is the right bioavailable form of carbohydrates the body can use for energy rather than putting into fat. Diabetes, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, too many fats, lifestyle factors. Smoking increases your possibility and risk factors for degenerative disease exponentially. Unhealthy diet, we'll be talking about that. Lack of exercise. I worked with he lived to be 102, osteopath, and our patients would say, "What's your secret, Dr. Roberts? You're still working. You're 102 years old." He says, "Well, if you rest, you rust." Now think about that. Yeah, it's a really good point. And they always used to say, you put the right things in, you get the wrong things out, and you fix the body mechanics. And stress. We really got to do whatever we can with our stress. So AlphaMeta, optimal cardiac function. Alpha PSP, high bioavailability of pure energy. See, that's the key. Pre-digested and provides instant energy supply, ATP, to the cardiac cell. ATP is our energy source, okay? That comes from the mitochondria of every cell. To form that ATP, you have to have the right form of glucose, right amount of oxygen, and those mitochondria in there in your cells, they create this ATP. That's the energy in your body. See, what can happen is many times in this process of metabolism, you can create free radicals. Well, with the alpha PSP, we've shown you just get pure ATP and even actually reduce free radicals, because with the amino acid, it has the perfect combination of amino acids to form the antioxidants you need in your body. 80+% of the antioxidant daily need has to come from your own inner production. You can take all the vitamins, the A's, the E's, the C's you want, but you still have to produce 85% of those antioxidants, which fight the free radicals inside your body. Isn't that interesting? So this is energy for life. That's what it's all about. That's why AlphaMeta is so powerful. Okay, hyperlipidemia. An excess of lipids or fats in the blood, which increase risk of heart attack and stroke due to the blood flow blocking and the narrowing arteries. Scientific evidence indicates that each 1% decrease in serum cholesterol, there's a 2% reduction in cardiovascular rates. There's good cholesterol and there's bad cholesterol. The bad cholesterol tends to clog the arteries, blocking the blood flow. That's mostly from your diet and such. A very low density lipoproteins. Those are very, very hard, low density, and so bad cholesterol, which carries triglycerides that add to artery plaque, is high density lipoproteins. Okay, those are the good guys. Those are the ones you have to have enough of. Very, very important for the immune system, to produce brain cells, to hormones. They are one of the keys. They're the beneficial cholesterol. Good cholesterol, which carries cholesterol to the liver, just helps to reduce the arteries from blocking. Very important. Now let's look at something here. We had a wonderful connection at the foremost government hospital in Vietnam. And we did a study. 100 of their doctors and nurses, they didn't change their diet. We told them, don't change anything, just take this product, okay, every day. Now look at this, the staff at Children's Hospital, look at the increase in cholesterol in just 3 months. Look at that. And the at 25 and younger, 13%, then 15, 17. Those 45 and older, 24% increase in the good cholesterol. And look also here, how we were able to reduce the bad cholesterol before taking, look at this, 88% above 150. Then look at this afterwards, 90 days afterwards, down to 38%. And look, some of these were totally reduced. You can see on the right here, the reduction compared to the left. Amazing, isn't it? Look at this benefit here on the left side. Isn't that phenomenal? Now, we went one stage further. Actually, it was before this study, 727 people with diabetes. Now, we weren't doing the study necessary to show that we could reverse diabetes. We wanted to see how it affected the conditions that develop with diabetes, the benefit it had for each one of these conditions, from 87%, 74, 90%, 92, 73%, all got better from these side effects of the diabetes. The conditions that develop with diabetes, we won't say it's side effects. So that was after only 90 days. Stimulating bioenergy and metabolic enzyme production. Those are the key. Enhances cell repair and cellular regeneration. Now, this is why we know that it can regenerate. Dr. Ann Steele, who I mentioned earlier, she was head of the stem cell research department. And she took tissue from a heart, okay, basic tissue. And what they do is they extract stem cells, and then they put the cells, they put them in this broth. You can see, you get some cells here, you know, these are hormones, these are growth stimulators, these are all kinds of drugs they put in there. Now look, so she fed it the AlphaMeta, and look at the proliferative burst of stem cells there. Unbelievable. She says they were like vibrating. They were just so active. And says usually with our other ones, they come out, it's like they're drugged, you know, they're drunk. She says that was what was so impressive about this. And that's what they do. They grow heart stem cells for heart regeneration. So, you know, that is some of the science that's just bona fide. And we also did human clinical trials to show that we could increase stem cells in only 5 hours, which is just phenomenal. Prevention and care, regular exercise, improved blood circulation for cardio health, and oxygen for every cell. So important. Get up and go, okay? Just anything you can do. Just move. Improves mood and better sleep, no doubt about it, and the immune system. Nutrition, increase your omega-3 enriched foods, increase your fresh vegetables and fruits, source of vitamins and antioxidants, reduce sugar and saturated fat intake, and avoid artificial coloring and preservatives and sugars, things like monosodium glutamate, especially NutraSweet. People have died of NutraSweet. This diet that does not help you to reduce weight. It actually creates the opposite reaction. It's just going to spike your blood sugar and make you crave even more. Same with NutraSweet. Makes you crave more sugar. Get enough sleep. So important. Sleep deprivation increases dementia risk by 20%. Dementia is Alzheimer's. None of us want that. Suggested at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Quit smoking. We talked about that, or please reduce it as much as possible. And there's a direct correlation with smoking and Alzheimer's, early onset Alzheimer's. Reduce consumption of GMO foods, salmons, fish, soy, corn, etc. They cause inflammation in the body. Unfortunately, the salmon these days, it's farm raised, it's so toxic, it's amazing. And then the soy these days, unless it's organic, same with corn, the body reacts to it. Reduce consumption of wheat and dairy products. Almost all wheat today is genetically modified. The body rejects it, okay? That's why it creates so much fat. It puts it into fat.